back to another episode of the Hate Journals. It is your girl, Black Mamba, and the wonderful AP. Hi.
Hi.
This is going to be fun for you because we have a new setup, so you get to see me.
Which side are we doing?
What angle are we taking? We've got all the angles. How are you, friend?
I can't. I am good.
Good. I know
A
you're
little
going to have
overwhelmed.
to get used to it. You're going to... I know. Imagine how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even imagine what you've been up to.
I had to play a white girl, a technician, a camera technician, an IT person, a lighting person today, and a
when
black
you were
girl.
playing the white version of me,
Yeah, I
or
was like, okay,
I guess
guys,
the only version.
I don't get
was
what's
it with
that.
the lighting?
Yeah,
you were just
yeah.
you were putting porcelain ivory on your skin.
Yeah, actually, you should be appreciative because I had to Google what kind of lighting do you need to put on a white girl who has pale skin in the winter.
Do I have pale?
No, it's just winter. No, it's just like wintry.
Because I feel like I'm very olive based.
Not right now. You're not.
Okay, obviously we're just trying to hurt each other.
But you're... Oh boy. I feel like I just saw you. Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, I did just see you. We had a very interesting weekend last weekend.
Oh my gosh, yes, we did. We had a lot of fun. Man, people leveling up.
Leveling up. We went to Grey Eagle.
Yes, we did. It was lovely. And you know, the cool thing about it is we went to one of our friends' second homes.
Yeah.
Which is wild to say. Like, it's just wild to be at a place in your life where your friends and family are now buying, like, their vacation homes.
Yes, it is. It
like,
is very different.
It's just a different vibe. Like, it was not like a split down the 4-way Airbnb. It was like, no, come hang out at our house for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not the one that we live at, the other one that we sleep at in the middle of the woods sometimes.
Well, it's interesting because you really don't. We switched from having like our mid-adult lives to our adult lives, and with that adult life, you stop going to your parents' cabin. Do you want to come to my parents' cabin?
Yes.
And now you have your own cabin. That
Yeah.
You're like, would you like to come to our second home?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all leveling up a bit.
Yeah. So that was a fun little transition of life that I enjoyed thoroughly.
It was a lot of fun.
And we all the best part is wrapping up the evening with a wild documentary and falling asleep on the floor. Yes, of course, Black Mamba had to show us the most fucked up thing in her arsenal, which I actually guess it's not because I know,
really
we know, but like
yes.
I know what you were doing. Like you definitely cracked the code, and I'm glad you did. I mean, the worst part of that weekend for me was falling asleep before the end.
Like I will tell you that Jade was in it. We had a follow-up conclusion conversation after everyone went to bed. She was like, we got to get into this. We got to unpack everything that we just watched. I said, that's what I'm here for, friend. That is what I'm here for. That's all I want to do.
Well, I'm going to finish it on my way home tonight.
Finish it. Then we will have a new conversation.
Yeah, we've talked about Mr. Hands before, so now he is definitely brought into a new light.
And it really upset Jade how they shot the movie. That really pissed her off. Like, I mean, I've had a lot of people who have watched that documentary and they've come back with a lot of questions.
Okay, so I remember this vividly. She was just like, it's so creepy. I was like, I think that's the idea.
Right. Like, I think they were just doing it like Cloak and Dagger, like Cloak and Night. Yeah, because that's what these people do. They don't operate during business hours.
Yeah, they're not
Jade.
like going down to their local stalls, if you will.
Right. They're like, hey, you want to come to my vacation home? No, they're not doing that.
Late at night.
Drinking
heavily.
Yeah, you guys, the documentary we're talking about is the documentary that I've spoken so much about, which is...
Zoo.
I think it's called The Zoo.
I think it's called The Zoo. Disagree.
And it's about zoophilia. If you don't know what zoophilia is, Google the word, not the videos.
One of the things that I distinctly remember, too, is that people were saying things like there were other zoo people out there.
Right.
And I'm like, I think that's really rude. Right. And I'll tell you why I think that's rude is because like I have a small family with small children, and I like to think that we could be zoo people.
Not those kind of zoo
and not
people.
this kind that fuck animals, just like the kind that might enjoy like a national zoo adventure.
Right, might like.
And
a
I feel like just
bear.
you don't, because you fuck animals. I don't think it's okay to be like, yeah, I'm a zoo person. And I'm winking for our audio listeners.
I don't think that they wink. I think they're like, hey, you zoo, I'm zoo, we zoo.
Yeah, but that could be very misconstrued. Like, what if it comes up after, like, a crazy work party and they're like, I'm zoo. And I'm like, me too. And they're like, oh, yes, I have some emails for you.
When have you ever been zooing with friends?
And
when have you ever been like, oh, I was zooing all weekend?
Discount to the zoo. Tickets.
No.
Hotspots.
No one's...
Tips and tricks.
No.
One parent to another.
No one's zooing it up during the week. No one's like, oh my God, I went to
one
the
of
zoo
my
this
other
weekend.
favorite parts about that documentary that I also think was underplayed was when they were like, oh yeah, when that internets came out. I was like, I think the internet's a sin.
Because it really changed.
It connected them. They were like, okay, wow, I'm not the only one.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, that's a problem. Like, sometimes you do need to feel a little shame.
Just
right?
a little
like, if you're ever in your car and you, like, eat a booger or, like, you bite your nail and swallow it, you know, like, I think a healthy amount of, like, like an inner cringe, right? And you could be doing this mindlessly. Right. Truly mindlessly, you guys. There's nothing wrong.
I hope adults aren't eating their own boogers.
And I think if you're a type
rationally.
of person who finds themselves sexually attracted to an animal, like, I kind of think that might just happen to you sometimes, and that's fine too, really. But like, you connecting with others and then you guys getting your rocks off, damn you, internet.
See, I love that that's what blew your mind, because what blew my mind is when the margarita machine came out.
What are you talking about? That made perfect sense.
When they were like, hey, we're just like everybody else on a Saturday. We shake up some margaritas. You know, we get a little music going, a little Sinatra.
You look like a blended guy.
Right. I like they were dancing around the kitchen together.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, who wants limes?
Yeah. So, okay, that's right when I was falling asleep.
Ugh.
So with that said, like, they were saying, like, okay, so they're just getting jived up, right? Like, that's the whole thing.
No, they were having
party.
like a regular everyday party, and then at the end of that party, you do you. You know, if you find yourself out in a field with a horse, then that's where you find yourself.
Oh, okay, so this is before the stalls were made.
Nope, stalls are there. Stalls were always there. This is still a farm, but they're just having a little bit of party, getting into, you know, right before you have a little fun with your husband or your significant other. Yeah, you have a little pregame. Maybe you're watching a little movie, drinking a little bevy, you know, having a little food.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that.
But like, the funny thing is like, and they're all there and they must feel relatively safe, right? Because they're like, oh, we're not into each other.
Yeah, they're like gross.
We're just here for a good time. Not
yeah,
a
they're
long
like
time.
rude. Yeah.
Oh, wow. How long does the party happen for?
They didn't get into specifics.
Well, I'm just wondering how long it takes to be primed. You know what I mean?
That's what I wanted to know. Well, and when you started
specifics.
hearing the video, because there's a part in the documentary where they show so they reenact the scene where his brother and then all the other members of the police force are sitting there. They're in their dark room. They've got a TV on, and the only light that's lighting their faces is the light from the video that's playing. Now, how they did this was, in the background, behind the people, the shadows were actually the shadows of the actual video. Oh. And so then what they did was, obviously those actors never watched the video, but we, the viewers, we actually could hear the audio from that. You hear the audio of that.
I really missed out.
And so I told Bill when I got home, I told him, I said, yeah, you know, I put Zoo on. And he's like, Jesus, you really know how to, like, you know how to wrap up a party. You can't. What about, like, putting on, I don't know, he goes, Perry put on fucking some YouTube guy dancing around and you thought you'd follow that up with the Zoo?
You know what? He's not wrong.
Yeah. Well, because it wasn't a rage party. It was more of a...
Wow. I didn't think about it like that because, you know, I have a deep, dark appreciation for your mind.
Yeah.
And the direction it heads. And I feel like I'm just like, I lasso on and I'm like, yes!
Yeah.
Made perfect sense at the time. But now that he says it like that, I'm sure we might have gone a different direction.
We may have gone a little bit left. Yeah, it was just... Yeah, I find it very interesting. I've watched it probably no less than 10 times.
Enjoy, like, the thought, like, we love the jaw drop. Like, I think that's really sparks a party for me and you versus where, like, I would say the gals that we were with are more on, like, Ian's playing field.
Oh, Alexis was
like,
quiet.
She
was quiet the entire documentary. I didn't hear a peep from her.
Some happy times.
Yeah, she was dead silent.
But to me, that is happy times.
You know why I do like to watch it with groups of people? The majority of the time, it's because I don't understand it. And so oftentimes I am looking for other people who are in my circle who I trust and love to help me understand what's going on, because I am very confused.
I love looking at Ian look at me watching my favorite shit, which is murder.
Right.
I mean,
Did I send you that meme last night of the guy? He dresses up like he's like my wife watching.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like,
her ears were cut off.
Cut her hair, and then they cut her scalp, and then they skinned her, and then she's like, and he's like, what the fuck? And then they cut her earlobes off.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm so horrified that like another human could do this to another human that I just like I can't. And same with documentaries, like whether it was the cannibalism or the bestiality, like the good old fashioned shock factor for me will never get old.
It is shocking to me when individuals go real left. So that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, it was a really good time. I was glad we all got to spend some QT time, and it was really nice that you and I got to like drive down together.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't a long drive, but it was long enough that we could just like catch up and talk shit.
And it was like low key. It was just your perfect 30s weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're in your 30s, you want to get some drinks on, you want to have some fun hot goss.
Yes.
Spill the tea. Also in bed by midnight. For me, that's like a big deal.
You were in bed by 10 o'clock.
Okay, well.
So let's start there. Let's also just touch a little bit on the fact that you and I have slept in a bed before together. It's nothing new. I think a lot of times when we do sleep in a bed together, if we're in a house and there are two people that need to sleep together, you and I don't mind. We'll volunteer because we have slept together before.
Totally. It comes very naturally to us.
It comes very naturally. So I obviously had a breakdown session with Jade after following the documentary. So I came to bed, of course, a few hours later than you. Got to bed at like 12:15, 12:30. And when I walked in, you were dead asleep. Someone killed you.
Yeah.
And a demon was coming out of your nose and your mouth. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to turn the fan on. I'm going to give her some ambient noise. This is what kind of friend I am to you.
I was wondering why the fucking fan was on, because I was like, this bitch who is always so cold and so hot. I've never met anybody you're the hottest, coldest person I've ever met.
No, I stopped the fan from oscillating and pointed it away from us. So the noise of the fan would hopefully soothe you so you would stop fucking snoring like there was a grizzly bear in your fucking throat. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay, well, I will back you up with summoning the fucking devil in the middle of the night. This bitch is jocking me about snoring. That's a normal thing to do. When people fall the fuck asleep, sometimes they snore, okay? All right. No, you know what they don't do? They don't go dead quiet and then be like, and then they said they came to the window, and then they came to the window. And that is like a super accurate depiction, I'm pretty sure, of what you said. And she did this to me not only once that night, but twice.
I think it may have been the tequila.
Dead asleep, too. It's just like, oh, and then this bitch put on fucking Toddler Sleep USA. I wake up and I'm like, is she whistling? And it's actually her soothing sounds. Granted, you could have been drowning me out, which is fine.
No, it was not drowning you out. I have found lately that it really soothes me to put on the sleep station on Apple Music. If you guys don't know, you can go onto Apple Music, and they have all different types of sleep stations. So if you can't fall asleep, if you have nightmares, if you're looking for a hip hop,
just like
sleep sound. Yeah, I feel like you want to go to a rave in your dreams. They have a certain.
So you know what's really funny about that is like all these things are happening, right? Like the sleep sounds. It's like a normal sound that people fall asleep to. Them fucking snoring. It's like the fan and the little sleep number all in one.
You know what's really funny is that I hate that Bill has the fan on at night. I do not like it. And I usually put on the music so that it can drown out sort of the sound of the.
So it's basically sleeping with Bill, which is why.
Yeah, basically, I was trying to recreate a scenario because he also snores. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna recreate the scenario. It's gonna be just fine.
I feel super bad for you, and it really was the drinking because.
Oh no, I didn't hear you. I died. I go to sleep. I can sleep anywhere. You should know this by now. When have you ever called me and I've been like, oh man, I was up all night, couldn't sleep?
No, totally same.
Yeah,
I'm the
never.
same.
Yeah.
The fun thing too, I will say, and you now know this again several times over, you guys, when I go to sleep, I like clock in. Like I'm present in that sleep.
Yes.
So I'm dead. Until it is time to wake up. And occasionally with the kids, that has changed a little bit. But when I say I'm dead to this world, like it's so funny. If I heard like I'm up, this bitch coming in from her zoology fucking escapades, turning the fan on, putting her fucking sleep number on, sound not. Like you guys, when I say nothing, the only thing that woke me up that night was her actually incantating something.
Well, I had my routine.
Sleep talking?
My routine to get ready at night, you know?
Yes, you guys, she was shouting.
Was I loud?
Oh, yeah. So we're sleeping, right? This is the room. But then I came through. Like, I don't care how dead ass or drunk I am. Like, that was like, I shot like right up. I was like, yeah, what's going on?
And that's how dead I was. I didn't even hear you get up. I didn't hear you get up. I didn't hear you get to sleep.
I looked over and I realized, because you were still on your side, just talking to the wall.
Yeah, I don't move a lot in my sleep.
Yeah, me either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as I knew it was happening, you did it again, and I was like, pfft.
Same old bitch.
Story.
This talkity bitch. Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Well,
but you went right back to sleep, so I'm not sorry. You're welcome for a spectacular evening filled with adventure.
It was actually like
surprises.
Sleeping with Ian too, because Ian's always fucking with me. There's like always something where I'm just like,
what is going on over there?
What is happening over there? Yeah. Like we're in the same. What is happening over there?
I just gave Bill shit for that. I was telling Alexis, I'm like, God, it's like he's a vet, you know? It's like I got to try to fall asleep before him because he will hit me, move around, his feet kick me. Yeah. He's got the Jimmy legs.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But it was a good time. How was your week, though? Was it good?
Yeah, just cruising through. Yeah. You guys just cruising through.
It was a very strange week. Not a big fan.
Not a fan of this week?
Not a huge fan.
What happened?
Nothing interesting, but just not great. Like, it was a full moon this week. So whenever it's a full moon, I get real wacky people that come in and wacky requests and just wackiness. People like, oh, my arm hurts. Well, here's how you fix it. No, thank you. See you in a year with the same problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually driving and I did see the full moon tonight and it's lovely. And I thought to myself, I did not have a full moon week.
I had a full moon week.
Right? Like,
I went into the grocery store and I was in the self-checkout and I literally said to the gal that I know there, she said, that kind of week? I said, yep. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Lady next to me goes, full moon, shit's been haywire. Lady behind me goes, I can't believe it. I didn't even think about the full moon. Other lady chimes in and she's like, it's been a full moon, Venus, Mercury kind of week. That's the kind of week it was that all five of us.
I think I had a full moon month. I will say that. I was off, you guys. I was
February
off.
was not great.
No.
Not bad, but it was
my
weird.
Tootsie Roll's birthday.
Yeah.
Which actually probably spiraled me into depression because he's one. I mean that.
He's one.
It was not a great month. This week, I actually, ironically enough, sorry about your guys' full moon weeks, I felt like I was finally getting a handle on things. Finally.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to March. March is Women's Month.
I'm shaking my titties. Shaking my titties.
When does it start? In 2 days. Get your asses ready, bitches.
And by Women's Month, this means real hot girl spring/summer season. So I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves. You guys, people are getting wild.
I'm getting my hot girl body ready.
I'm really thinking about it. It's like seriously creeping on the to-do.
I'm in it.
I am in it to the point of like, I just have to starve myself You guys, like the healthy way. Don't be weird.
That photo shoot got me in the mood. Like
Mine or yours?
I did the photo
Yours.
shoot. I felt
Yes.
fine about it. Like, you know when you're like, oh, these are going to be fine.
Yeah.
And then I got them back and I was like,
I'm so hot. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm just in a decent place. I really want to get strong. I really want to get like
your body strong?
not like a fucking bodybuilder, but like I need to get strong again. I have that weird mom softness because I'm like wearing all my old clothes and shit. So that was pretty cool.
No, I want to
But,
go
like-
to like, I want to do the white girl, I'm cold walk. Like, you know how you see some white girls and they're just like, I'm so thin. I'm just like, I'm always cold. And you're like, look at that little dumpling. She's always cold. That's where I'm aiming.
That's your fucking go-to. Mm-hmm. You just want to be cold all the time. You're
But
like,
a
then I've
slamming
arrived.
body, but like a slamming body and
Fucking
super brown.
wrapping up a party with Zoo. Want to be white girl cold skinny. No, I want like a donkey. Like I want it like my ass to sit down before I do.
Oh. I mean, I already have those things, so.
See? Well, I guess I don't have the white girl. I'm white. I got that. I don't have I'm not cold unintentionally.
And I've already started. I'm like, oh, I'm so cold in here. Everyone's like, it's hot. I'm like, oh, I'm so hot in here. Everyone's like, it's cold. I'm like, oh, I can't eat that. It gives me a rash. Oh, no, I can't eat blueberries anymore. It's my doctor said.
Too much sugar.
Like, I'm starting to be that white girl. I'm like, oh, no, I went to the doctor and I did that allergy test on my back and I can't eat cashews anymore.
I don't know what fucking white people you're hanging out with, but it must
Just
be
the ones I watch on TV.
okay. Because I was like, I have never stopped eating something they told me to stop eating.
You're a rational person, right? I'm like, haha, joke's on you, bitch.
One
Joke
time I got
is
an
on
allergy
you.
test done, and they're like, I think it's eucalyptus. So I was like, I really enjoy it.
I love eucalyptus.
That's what they said.
They said you were allergic to eucalyptus?
Yeah.
How fucking often are you around? You got eucalyptus grown in the
That's what
background?
I said. I said, where is that native to? They're like, we just told you you're allergic to it. Like, does it matter? And I'm like,
Yeah, it does matter because
am
I like it in my
indigenous
house.
to it? Like, I didn't realize eucalyptus was all of it. Like, are you talking about like incense? Or are you talking about the scent? Like, who even fucking knows if this is really eucalyptus scent?
Please, you go to Marshall's right now. You can get 5 bags of eucalyptus for $15.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
all over my
really?
house.
Who knows?
I love the smell.
So I have a really, sorry guys, full moon work week.
Do you?
You guys, I have a really funny, at least to me.
Is this your entry?
This is my entry.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there. So we're going to take a little commercial break. We'll be right back, you guys.
You guys, you're going to love this shit.
You're going to love this shit. We'll be right back. All right.